What would the world look like if four of the greatest conquerors in history had not met their untimely ends? It's a question that has intrigued scholars for centuries, as they ponder the potential paths of humanity. Four names: Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, Genghis Khan, and Napoleon Bonaparte, command attention in this sphere of speculation. Each, in their own right, carved out empires and influenced the course of history. Alexander, the Macedonian king, whose empire stretched from Greece to Egypt and as far east as India. Julius Caesar, whose leadership transformed the Roman Republic into the Roman Empire. Genghis Khan, the Mongolian warrior, who built the largest contiguous empire in history. And Napoleon Bonaparte, the French military leader who dominated Europe in the early 19th century. Their stories are marked by ambition, power, and untimely ends, shaping the world as we know it. Join us as we journey back in time, exploring the lives and ends of these four iconic figures. First, we delve into the life of Alexander the Great, a young leader whose conquests reshaped the world. Born in Pella, the ancient capital of Macedonia, in 356 BC, Alexander was tutored by the great philosopher Aristotle, and ascended to the throne at the tender age of 20, following the assassination of his father, King Philip II. From the moment he took the throne, Alexander was a man on a mission. He set out to fulfill his father's dream of conquering Persia, but his ambitions didn't stop there. He led his armies across Asia Minor, Syria, and Egypt, never losing a single battle. His military strategies and tactics are still studied in military academies around the world. In Egypt, he established the city of Alexandria, which became a center of learning and culture. He then moved eastward, conquering the Persian Empire, including the capital, Persepolis, which he famously set aflame. Alexander's empire stretched from Greece all the way to India, making him one of the most successful military leaders in history. But his life was not all about war and conquest. Alexander was known for his respect for different cultures. He often adopted local customs and even married a Persian princess. His vision was to create a new culture that blended the best of Greek and Eastern traditions. However, Alexander's reign was cut short by his mysterious death in Babylon in 323 BC. The circumstances of his death remain a mystery, with theories ranging from poisoning to natural causes. His death led to the division of his vast empire among his generals, known as the Diadochi. This marked the beginning of a period of great turmoil and warfare known as the Wars of the Diadochi. And just like that, at the age of 32, the reign of Alexander ended, leaving behind a legacy that continues to echo through the annals of history. His influence on the world was so profound that even today, more than 2,000 years later, his name is synonymous with greatness. Next, we turn our attention to Julius Caesar, the Roman general whose name became synonymous with power and betrayal. Born into a noble but not particularly influential family, Julius Caesar's early life was marked by ambition and determination. He climbed the political ladder of the Roman Republic through a combination of military success, political alliances, and sheer force of will. Caesar was nothing if not ambitious, and he quickly rose through the ranks, making powerful friends and enemies along the way. His rise to power was not without controversy. Caesar was a skilled military leader, leading Rome to victory in the Gallic Wars and expanding Rome's territory to the English Channel and the Rhine. These victories increased his popularity among the people but created tension with the Senate. His disregard for traditional Roman political norms, combined with his ambition, began to worry the Republic's leaders. In a move that would forever change the course of history, Caesar crossed the Rubicon River, effectively declaring war on the Roman Senate. His victory in the subsequent civil war led to his appointment as dictator for life, marking the end of the Roman Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire. But Caesar's reign was short-lived. His increasing power and the fear of his becoming a tyrant led a group of senators to conspire against him. On the Ides of March, a date we still remember today, Caesar was assassinated, stabbed 23 times in the Roman Senate. His death sparked a power struggle that eventually led to the rise of his adopted heir, Octavian, later known as Augustus, the first Roman emperor. Caesar's life was cut short, but his influence on Rome and the world still reverberates today. His military strategies are studied in war colleges, his political tactics are analyzed by scholars, and his life and death have been the subject of countless books, plays, and films. His name, once the title of an ambitious Roman general, is now synonymous with power, leadership, and of course, betrayal. It's a testament to the enduring impact of this remarkable figure on the course of history. Now we journey to the steppes of Mongolia, where Genghis Khan built the largest contiguous land empire in history. Born as Temujin around the year 1162, Genghis Khan's early life was marked by hardship. His father was poisoned when he was just 9, leaving him to fend for his family in the harsh Mongolian landscape. Despite these early struggles, Temujin's resilience and cunning would soon become apparent. In his 20s, Temujin began to amass a group of loyal followers. Through alliances, marriages and conquests, he gradually unified the Mongolian tribes under his leadership. In 1206 he was proclaimed Genghis Khan, or universal ruler, of the newly formed Mongol Empire. Genghis Khan's rule was marked by sweeping military campaigns across Asia and Europe. His armies, known for their discipline and innovative tactics, conquered vast swaths of territory. From the Caspian Sea to the Korean Peninsula, the Mongol Empire spanned nearly 12 million square miles at its height, larger than the Roman Empire at its peak. Genghis Khan's death in 1227 remains shrouded in mystery. Some accounts suggest he fell from his horse during a hunt, while others claim he was killed in battle. Regardless of the circumstances, his death marked a turning point for the Mongol Empire. After his death, Genghis Khan's empire was divided among his sons, who continued to expand its borders. However, internal disputes and power struggles soon led to fragmentation. By the end of the 14th century, the Mongol Empire had splintered into several smaller khanates. Despite this fragmentation, Genghis Khan's legacy endured. His empire facilitated trade and cultural exchange across Eurasia, while his legal code, the Yasa, influenced laws and governance in many regions long after his death. The Mongol Empire eventually fragmented, but Genghis Khan's impact on world history is undeniable. Finally, we arrive in France with Napoleon Bonaparte, the man who rose from obscurity to control much of Europe. Born in 1769 on the island of Corsica, Napoleon was not born into the luxury of aristocracy. His rise to power was a testament to his sheer will, strategic mind, and unyielding ambition. From an early age, Napoleon showed a knack for leadership and a keen interest in military tactics. He attended the prestigious military school, École Militaire in Paris, and at the age of 16, was commissioned as a lieutenant in the French artillery. Napoleon's rise to power was no small feat. It was during the tumultuous period of the French Revolution that he first made a name for himself. His strategic prowess during the siege of Toulon propelled him into the limelight, and he rapidly climbed the ranks, eventually seizing political power in a coup d'état in 1799. As first consul, and later emperor, Napoleon led France into a series of conflicts known as the Napoleonic Wars. He was at the helm of the French armies that conquered much of Europe, spreading revolutionary ideals and leaving a lasting impact on many of the nations he touched. However, even the greatest of conquerors meet their downfall. For Napoleon, it was the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. His defeat led to his abdication and eventual exile to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic, where he lived out the rest of his days. Napoleon's reign ended in isolation, but his influence on the world stage is still evident today. His Napoleonic Code forms the basis of many legal systems across the globe, and his military strategies are still studied in war colleges. His audacious spirit and relentless pursuit of power continue to capture our imagination, making him one of the most influential figures in world history. So, what does the end of these four great conquerors tell us? It tells us that the lives and ends of Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, Genghis Khan and Napoleon Bonaparte were far from ordinary. Each of these leaders carved a path through history with their audacious ambitions and unrivaled military strategies. Yet each met an end that was as monumental as their rise to power. Alexander's untimely death led to the fracturing of his vast empire, while Caesar's assassination sparked a civil war and the dawn of the Roman Empire. Genghis Khan's demise, on the other hand, did little to slow the momentum of the Mongol Empire, which continued to expand under his successors. Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo marked the end of his imperial dreams, but his legal and administrative reforms continue to influence many parts of the world today. Their stories remind us that even the most powerful figures are not immune to downfall, and that their influences continue to shape the world long after their ends.